What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In.
Hang on, we're gonna time out real quick. I'm gonna take over. What's up, guys? It's your show, Digital Dive-In. Mess that up. This is the Goofball takeover, and we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Hasn't come out yet, but I got it, and I finally have a platform to rant on YouTube. So, like I said, it's your guy Goofball, and with me,
it's your boy Monkey!
Yep, we even let him stay around for this one. So, Grand Theft Auto 5 has taken off in recent years in the sense that they've been able to be relevant more than 1 year. It's been out since 2013, so
this is probably
that
like
means
the first GTA game to actually do that.
I mean, GTA is just one of those brands that's like, it's not as popular as Far Cry, like you don't hear about it as much, probably because of what you do in the game, but it is, like, it's a backbone of video games, I think.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of the trademark video games.
I think it ties back to the original PlayStation, the PS1.
Probably.
And I know for a fact it's on the Xbox original. So it's definitely goes way back. But GTA 5 just released yet another update.
After Hours Club.
Yeah, that's it. And the way this update felt made me feel as though they're getting ready to no longer make updates for GTA. I don't know if you well, you definitely didn't play it, but for those who
played
haven't
it, but I didn't play
it,
GTA Online.
No, I mean the newest update that just came out.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah.
I haven't played GTA Online, unfortunately. I wanted to, but never got around to it.
Well, we're gonna fix that. But this latest update kind of had a sense of tying everything together because they gave you one last, like, it kind of consolidates every update that you've done so far and ties it into one building. So to me, that kind of tells me that they're getting ready to call it on the GTA 5 world, which means they're going to be making GTA 6 soon. And this episode is going to be us talking about the GTA 6 wish list that I have, and I hope that either Santa or Rockstar is listening.
Either one works.
So I'll just start from the top. Number 5, set factions. When you're playing GTA 5 online, one thing that kind of bothered me is that every update kind of led you into a new lifestyle. Like you'd have one where you're a CEO of a company or the VIP, like, so not really a movie star VIP. I don't really understand that whole one. And then the next one, it was like biker gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you kind of jump around, personality disorder kind of. So what I hope is for the next one, you have to pick a faction when you join. Like if they made 6 types of clubs that you could join, say like alright, we'll say there's like a street gang where they're all running around in cars and stuff. Or then you have like a biker gang like the Sons of Anarchy or whoever have you. And like you can run around on motorcycles, or if you have like mafia guys and you run around in fancy suits, and like every gang kind of has, or every faction has perks and has like negative sides. Like you make your character and then you pick a faction, and that's the lifestyle that you're thrown into the online universe in.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Depending on what you pick, it opens and closes different doors. Like say you're in the mafia, you're going to be able to go into the really fancy clothing stores and buy the really fancy suits. Or if you're a biker, you have access to motorcycles that other people don't. Or you have more control over the customizability of your motorcycle. And also I think it would help kind of calm down the GTA Online universe, because now it's like a clusterfuck where every single person on there is in a tank and they just kind of attack each other. Like it's insane. Like it's fun, but there's no like it's not. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a GTA game. It feels like the Destiny, or actually kind of feels like the Elder Scrolls town when everybody was in there, but you can kill each other.
Okay, interesting.
and they give you rocket launchers and flamethrower. Well, no flamethrowers, but miniguns and like firework launchers and tanks and all sorts of fun vehicles that you use to just kill each other off with. And it's fun for some people. Personally, it's not fun for me. I like kind of making an identity and living it out. And I hope that the next game, if these set factions, kind of goes with that.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah,
So
that'd be
kind of like a Saints Row attempt, actually.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of dope. I would enjoy that a lot. Cause, are you talking about in like? When you're talking about like set faction stuff, are you talking about like the next online, or are you talking about the next game in general?
Oh, I'm talking about online because I think GTA 6 is going to be exclusive, like online. I think we may, like, we'll get a GTA 6 campaign, but I think Rockstar realizes that's not where the money's coming from anymore.
True, but at the same time, like we saw a great campaign for GTA 5. GTA 5 campaign was amazing.
Well, GTA 5 campaign was incredible, and I think it was their
Probably
second
the
best campaign story. San Andreas was good.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, San Andreas was probably the best one.
Kind of like Elder Scrolls Online, where you had to pick your faction and then you worked with them. That's kind of what I would be hoping for with GTA Online. So it forces people to work in groups.
Alright, I see what you mean.
That's what I was going with. And make like different groups of each type of faction. Like for bikers, have like 3 different biker gangs that have different areas around the map that they're in control of. Or the Mafia, you can have like the Italian mob, the Russian mob. I don't know what other type of mobs there are. But, you know, like something like that. And then street gangs, obviously, there's all you got. In real life, you've got the Bloods and the Crips and whatever else. Like bring that into the online, just like how Saints Row did it, and then work from there.
Okay, really I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. All right, what's the number 4?
Number 4, a controlled environment growth. So what I mean by this, a little weird, I know, seems super intelligent, but in the updates that GTA came out with, you would buy a business, like they do an update, you would buy a building to work with that update, and then you'd have to buy a warehouse to like work with your product. And then they would do another update and you had to start from scratch. You had to buy a new building, you had to buy a new warehouse, and it was a new type of product. My hope is that with these factions, they kind of tie in together. Like you pick a motorcycle club and you're running drugs wherever in the game. Like when they do the update, it should be like, oh, this update, now you can run weapons as well, and there's like different missions that come with it, but it's not changing anything, it's just expanding on what they've done before.
Yeah.
And then make it connect. Like, because for the GTA 5 updates, there was one where you did run guns, that was what you did. And you would do all sorts of shipments, but guns was one of them. And then they did another update where you could build guns and sell them, but it was completely unrelated to the other update. So you had to like switch buildings and switch job titles, and it was a small thing, but it was kind of annoying. Like for me, it would be nice. Like
it wasn't fleshed out
into the game. Yeah, it wasn't a smooth transition from business to business. It was like a pretty cut and dry. You have to disconnect from the one in order to do the other. And on top of that, if you were set in the one job title, you couldn't even access the buildings for the other job title.
Oh, that's annoying.
And that was kind of, it was frustrating. But, it's still a small thing. But it was a little frustrating, especially when, like me, I like to do all sorts of business deals to try and get my bank account as high as possible.
Yeah, you like to do like a bunch of different stuff at once to like maximize
I wasn't the type of guy that did missions in like offline missions to get online money. I did stuff where they had online, like in the game, in the server, you'd run a job and that made you money. And the more people that were on the server, the more money you got because the more competition you had. And it was a lot of fun. Like, it was definitely a lot of fun. But it was so, like we just said, it was pretty distinct groups. It would be better if there was a smoother flow amongst them. And then, same thing, like, if you're in the Mafia, you have different types of missions than if you're in the motorcycle club. Like motorcycle club might be running drugs up and down the coast or something, and then the mafia is like smuggling art or something like that, or like they're actually controlling businesses and things of that nature. So more intelligent,
I get you.
So you're actually living that type of lifestyle.
I get you. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I would enjoy that.
Yeah. So, alright. Well, number 3, customizable homes. I know this is something that people have been asking Rockstar for in GTA 5, and they kind of did it where you bought a house and you could change the layout. Like, you could change the set that it was, but you didn't have full control over, like, furniture and stuff like that. It was just, you picked an option and that's what you got. It would be cool if they were make it like, oh, you can change this paint color of this wall, or you can move this sofa, or you can change individual pieces of furniture.
Yeah,
like, to me
like
that would be cool.
Near Sims type of deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be that extreme. Like, it doesn't have to be where you have to place the furniture in your house, but just if you could pick what it was. A reference to that would be My Crib from EA2K or ESPN 2K. It was a old NFL football game that rivaled Madden back in 2005, and they had this thing called My Crib where in-game achievements earned you money so that you could change furniture, decorations in your house. Yeah, like the floor plan stayed the same, but you could upgrade furniture, like you could upgrade your sofa or stuff like that. It'd be cool to bring that into GTA, because I spent a lot of hours in GTA, and it would just be cool to kind of have something to show for it more than my gamer score and my garage. Like, oh, I've been playing this game for so long, and like I've been in this gang for so long that I
got nothing to show for it.
Like, yeah, like I earned this poster that I hung up in my house, and like you see all of my accomplishments. Like, oh, it's a wanted poster that has like all my stats or whatever.
Yeah, you would want something to like, you know, show your achievement or something like that. And I think that's the one thing that a lot of MMOs struggle with, is like you don't really get recognized for your achievements.
Well, if they even did something that I believe it was Elder Scrolls did, where you could pick furniture and you could build your house.
Yeah, you could build your entire house in Skyrim.
Yeah, like if they brought some of that in, that'd be cool. But yeah, well, I don't know, we'll see. And then also on top of that, garages and businesses, where you had like for the motorcycle club again, you actually had a clubhouse, and you could park your motorcycles in there, and you could. There was dartboards, pool tables, all sorts of little fun stuff. It'd be cool if you could pick individual decorations, like, oh, this is my club, and here's a decoration of that, which they did let you do in GTA 5, so I assume that will come back, but to more detail would be really cool.
I know what you mean.
And then the garages, they had 3 options. They had the 2-car, the 6-car, and the 10-car. And no matter what building you were in, the garage was the same. Like, you could have a 6-car garage, and on the outside, it would look like you had 1 garage door, but on the inside, you had 2.
Okay, I got you.
So it was kind of weird. And, like, if you could pick how your cars were laid in the garage, like, they limited how many cars you could park, and they forced you where they were parked in the garage. It'd be cool if you had a little more freedom to park it. Like in GTA 3, where you just pulled a car into the garage and it was in the garage.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. More difficult progression. In GTA 5, most people made it to level 100, and that was it. Like, you had nothing more to work for. At level 125, they had a car that you unlocked, but it was like, okay, that's it. And it was pretty easy to get up to level 100 too. You just had to put some time in. It would be cool if they made the progression rate a little slower, and then they kept it going.
Flush it out a little bit.
Yeah, make it a little more difficult.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that MMOs, like, that's one of their biggest downfalls, is their progression. Because you look at you look at games like Destiny or even Elder Scrolls Online, and their progression system was shit.
Yeah.
You get to a certain level, and then that's basically it. And even for each level, you don't even get that much.
Yeah. So that was always kind of something in GTA 5 that bothered me, and hopefully in GTA 6 they can expand on it and make it worth going past level 100 to keep playing.
All right.
So that's number 2, and then number 1 is realism servers. So this one's a personal preference because, like I was saying earlier, GTA 5 had so many problems with players just trolling everyone they came across. So my hope is they can set up server differences so that when you're playing the game, you can either go into one of those troll servers where you can just, it's a battle royale for everyone in there, or if there's a realism server with other players that kind of have your same mindset, like they want to do the business and they want to play the game.
That's exactly the reason that I didn't really get into Battlefield GTA Online, because when I played it when it first came out for like PlayStation 3, Jesus Christ. And
all those years
I
ago.
had it on my Xbox 360. Yeah, I had an Xbox 360, guys. But like it wasn't like every single time I got in, I just ended up getting killed like immediately in like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is just annoying. I was just like, okay, I just want to like chill and play with people, play with my friends, and just hang out and stuff. Nah, every single time you get in, you're like constantly looking around, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get shot and lose everything. I'm like, nah, fuck that.
That's exactly how I felt, and that's why.
And that's one of the reasons I hated that game.
Yeah, that's why I don't play it anymore unless I can get a group of friends to play it with me, because then we have to quit what we're doing, which we're having fun with, because 2 guys in a tank keep ruining our day.
Yeah. So yeah, I 100% understand that, because that kind of shit gets annoying. That's one of the reasons like a lot of MMOs do it really well, where like when you're in like the hub world, there's no fighting or anything, and the hub world is like huge. But then when you're out in the regular world, there's PvP and PvP and everything. So I mean, like the way they did that.
That's my wish list, though. Yeah, like that's my wish list. I think I did a good job taking over your show for today.
Yeah, I do want to mention a few things on my end, just because while Phil is the biggest fan of GTA Online, I am always more of a single-player adventure type of dude. So I always go to a game for the story and the gameplay like that. Even though I am playing a multiplayer game right now, but you can suck a dick. But anyways, one of the things that I really wanted to see with GTA 6, I would like to see like a more seriousness brought to the series, because up until now, all the games have been rather like they've taken themselves lightheartedly, very lightheartedly. Not to the extent of Saints Row. Like GTA has its serious moments, but it's always coupled with lighthearted jokes. You know what I mean? To remind you that you're in a game. This isn't real.
Yeah, which actually I think is good, which unfortunately people need to understand that it's not real sometimes.
Yeah, I understand making a game, reminding you in game that you are in a game. I totally get that. That's totally fine. But it takes itself almost too like playfully, I guess you could say.
It kind of makes it hard to immerse yourself into the game.
It's too goofy. Yeah, it's sometimes just way too goofy. You know, and I would really like.
Saints Row is the fine example of that.
Exact. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I would like the next GTA story to have a little bit more seriousness to it. So, like, for example, like this is like, because my favorite thing about GTA 5 was Michael's storyline. The whole professional thief doing bank heists and shit like that. I loved it. I thought it was. I loved the game Payday because it dealt with all that type of shit. Yeah. So I would really like to see like the next GTA story, like focus on like, for example, a international like crime syndicate or like a national crime syndicate. Do something like that.
That'd be so cool.
That would be insanely dope. Like having
Or
either
like a
your main
smuggling
character,
trade from like
yeah,
Los Angeles to Japan or something like that.
like you
That'd
can
be
still,
cool.
like you can still make that like lighthearted and make it like take it not so seriously, which will be very easy to do. But at the same time, its characters wouldn't feel like goofy and stupid. Like
Yeah,
I
it'd be like a
hated
legitimate mob sort of deal.
exactly. Like I hated. Oh, what was his name? It was Michael, Trevor, and who was the other guy?
Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah, I hated Franklin. I
mean,
hated it.
It was cool.
I did not
it
like
kinda
his
brought
whole
it back to San
storyline.
Andreas.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
yeah,
did.
it was pretty bad. He was a puppet the whole game.
Exactly. I was like, oh,
Um,
okay. And Trevor was like the goofy, like he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
He was,
he
like,
was insane.
True chaotic. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, he was
And
kinda
Michael
like
was
the
like the
Joker
chaotic
for
neutral. Yeah, exactly.
GTA.
And that was fun. That was awesome. But I just loved Michael's storyline because while he was still a goofy-ish character in the way just he was portrayed, like his storyline was still serious, you know?
Yeah, and
Like,
it was
he
the only
organized
story
bank
that had
heists.
backstory.
Yeah,
like he
exactly.
had a
I
cool
loved
history.
it. I want a story like that. I want a full-fledged story like Michael's story in the next GTA. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Guys, let us know your thoughts about what you want to see in GTA, whether it's all online like Phil has, or if you have some stuff to say about if they end up doing like a regular story, like single-player campaign to the game.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please slam that like button. Phil?
Oh, shit, sorry. It's alright, not this time. We'll do it another time.
If you're new to the channel and you want to see more of us talking about stuff we want to see in future games, talking about new stuff in movies, video games, and TV, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notified when we go live. Phil, thank you so much for coming on today.
And thank you for having yourself on my show.
Guys, stay excellent, and we'll see you in the next dive-in.